Hi, it's me again, Carl. I'm going to be covering off the last of the three nutrition workshops or webinars, whatever you want to call them. The last one being hydration, where I set a water challenge, which a lot of people took part in, and it was good to see some of the obscure drinking vessels that people were using. This one is going to be on energy balance and expenditure, and there is another challenge that I'll set at the end of this. Don't worry, the water challenge will have stopped already by the time you get this, so they'll only be doing one at a time. So then, energy balance and expenditure. So energy balance is basically two factors to it. You've got your energy intake, so what you're consuming food-wise, and your energy expenditure, as in the amount of calories you're burning. Now, calories then were brought into nutrition in 1863. And basically 1 calorie is defined as the amount of heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water from 0 to 1 degree Celsius. Logically, we can see this. If you took a burger and set fire to it, it would burn more and create more heat energy than, let's say, a salad. And therefore, that is how they would calculate the calories in each food type. So energy in calories from food then. Carbohydrates contain 4 calories per gram, fats contain 9 calories per gram, protein contains 4 calories per gram as well, and alcohol is 7 calories per gram. So you can see now why people do low-fat diets when trying to lose weight, because it's a very easy way to remove 9 calories per gram from your food that you're eating. The surprising factor there, though, probably is that alcohol is 7 calories per gram, and it doesn't really provide you with any other nutrients. So people call it empty calories. There's no such thing. So basically, you're going to be consuming a lot of alcohol. You're going to be still consuming 7 calories per gram, which is going to add on to your daily input of calories, your energy intake. The downside to it is that, as most of you know, that once you've drunk a lot of alcohol or drunk some alcohol, you'll generally be hungry, and it generally leads to you eating more. So not only have you drunk calories through the alcohol, you're then going to eat more calories, which will then increase your energy intake and maybe upset your energy balance. So states of energy balance, you've got positive energy balance, which is where your energy intake, so the food you're eating is more than what you're expending, which leads to weight gain. Negative energy balance, which is energy intake is less than the energy expended, which will lead to weight loss. Or you can have equilibrium or maintenance, which is energy intake is equal to your energy expenditure, and this will lead to no weight change at all. So risks of unhealthy weight, and obviously there's 2 types of unhealthy weight: overweight and underweight. If you're overweight, it can lead to cardiovascular diseases, which will cause high blood cholesterol and pressure, and that can result in heart attacks, strokes, etc. Being overweight can also lead to type 2 diabetes, which will then cause insulin resistance. So type 2 diabetes is not to be confused with type 1. Type 2 is generally caused from being overweight and having a poor diet. Being underweight, then, the risks that come from that are being nutrient deficient. So in serious cases, it leads to malnutrition, osteoporosis and bone fractures, weakening of the bones. So if you're not eating enough and you're not getting the right energy in, likelihood is you're not getting enough calcium and other vitamins and minerals, and that can lead to poor bone health. In women, you can get irregular menstrual cycles and infertility. And in men, being underweight can cause erectile dysfunction. So what is energy expenditure? Energy expenditure then is basically it's the amount of energy or the body uses. So the amount of energy that you use day to day. Energy requirements are the amount of food for energy that you're eating. So basically how much you need to balance out your expenditure. So that comes into energy balance again. So your energy requirement is the same as your to be the same as your energy expenditure will lead to a maintenance or equilibrium. It is important to learn energy requirements because it can help you get a good energy balance, because you obviously don't want to be overweight and don't want to be underweight, so you want to be just right. So it's really important to understand your energy requirements. So energy expenditure then, if you know a little bit about your energy expenditure and the approximate metabolic rate, you will have a rough understanding of how you should be eating in a day. So if you understand how many calories you're going to be burning, it'll give you a good idea of what you should be eating. It's important to understand these are only estimates in your energy requirements, and that there are great variability among these day to day. So, you know, everything we're talking about today is for estimates, but it's a proven, tested estimate. It's going to be pretty close. So the components of energy expenditure there, the four main parts of T, so your total energy expenditure. So you've got your basal metabolic rate, which you can see there is about 70% in the average. Thermic effect of food, your TEF, which is 10% average. Exercise activity thermogenesis, which is your EAT, which is roughly 5%. And then your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, your NEAT, which is about 15% of your daily total. So then, your basal metabolic rate, your BMR. This is the amount of energy that is needed to maintain essential physiological functions. So basically, what you need to stay alive, to breathe, organ function, those things. This would be the equivalent to the amount of energy that you'd use during a quiet sleep. And it represents, like I said, about 70% of your total average in the average person. So it's about 2/3. Factors that influence your BMR. Your body size, body surface, logically they increase to the size of the body's organs. So as you grow, you're obviously going to get bigger, and that will affect your BMR. Sex and body composition. Males are metabolically more active than females, and women generally have approximately 10% more body fat due to biological functions, such as being pregnant. So a female body will always hold more body fat for the fact that at any point they could be expected to create life. Age has a big impact on your BMR. Every 10 years, your BMR decreases by 3 to 5% from the age of 20. So once you hit 20, when people say, oh, you know, once you hit 30, it's downhill from there, middle age spread and all those things, there is a little bit of truth in that. And that is for the simple fact that your BMR decreases every 10 years. Pregnancy then and lactation. So in the last 2 trimesters of pregnancy, there's an increase in your metabolism by roughly 200 to 300 calories a day. So when people say they're eating for 2, that's not necessarily true. But in the last 2 trimesters of pregnancy, you will need to increase your intake by about 200 to 300 calories a day. And the other things that affect your BMR can be fever or sickness, balanced hormonal diseases, drugs, and growth. If you're a teenager or you're a child that's growing, then obviously that will affect your BMR. So then, how to calculate your BMR? I'm not going to go through it in too much detail, but there's 2 formulas, one for men and one for women. As I said, a man genetically has a higher BMR than a female, so therefore there's a slightly different calculation. The calculation's there. If you want to work yours out, please feel free. However, for ease, you can literally go online, search up BMR calculator, input your height, weight, and age, and it'll work it out for you. So just have a quick Google. Next then on the list, I'm going to talk about TEF, thermic effect of food. Thermic effect of food is the amount of energy used by the body to digest foods, absorb the nutrients, basically. This energy expenditure ranges from about 10 to 15%, although it does depend on what you're eating. Because obviously the higher the diet is in nutrients, the more the TEF. It will vary from individual to individual. So different people will have a different thermic effect of food, and each person within themselves at different times will have a different thermic effect of food. So it's not really set in stone. As I said, it does depend on your diet, and it will vary quite highly if you're on a high protein diet, high fat diet, or a high carbohydrate diet. For example, protein has a high thermic effect of food. So if I was trying to put someone on a diet to lose weight, I'd reduce calories and increase their protein levels because it would have a higher effect on their TEF. Next, we're going to talk about exercise activity thermogenesis, or EAT. Exercise activity thermogenesis is the energy expenditure from exercise that is intentionally engaged in. So anything you do at the gym, going for a run, walking, any planned exercise. The surprising factor for this is that in the average person, this only constitutes about 5 to 10% of the total energy expenditure. Doesn't sound a lot, right? This will vary, obviously, and if you're a highly active person or someone that is a athlete training 2, 3, 4 times a day, then obviously your EAT will definitely increase. But generally, in the average person, it's about 5%. So people focus on activity thermogenesis, or the calories burning while they're doing exercise when they're attempting to lose weight, and I'll come on to that a little bit later. Factors that contribute to the exercise activity thermogenesis then are physical activity, the intensity, duration are key factors, and the frequency. Like I said, if you're doing high intense training, 4 times a day, then obviously that will increase your EAT. Your body weight obviously increases your EAT because the more you weigh, the more energy is expended moving that weight. Age, like I said before, as you get older, your BMR reduces. But a main factor with age when it comes to exercise activity thermogenesis is that as you get older, you tend to do less exercise. If you look at your grandparents or the elderly, they're less likely to go and play football or kick about in the park or go for a bike ride or go for a run. So as you get older, you generally have less EAT. And climate will also have an effect on your activity exercise thermogenesis. Obviously, if the weather's bad outside, generally you're not going to go out. And also, if it's really hot or cold, your body will obviously then have to maintain body temperature. So that will also have an impact. A great example of the climate or the weather affecting it is that in the last lockdown to now, on this current lockdown, people on average are doing 55% less exercise than they were in the first lockdown. And I would imagine that's down to the weather. In the last lockdown, obviously it was summer, it was sunny, people didn't mind going outside, going for walks, doing outside exercise. Obviously, when you look out the window, it's snowing or raining, it's cold and miserable, no one wants to go outside. So the next one then, your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is the energy expended basically from everything else you do other than sleeping, which would be your BMR kicking in, eating, which is your TEF, and sport-like exercise, which is your EAT. It ranges from walking to work, typing, gardening, moving around the home, work, cooking, fidgeting, anything basically that isn't planned exercise. And this contributes about 10 to 15% of your total energy expenditure. However, this will vary on your occupation and lifestyle. Increasing your NEAT then is something that I'm keen on doing. And that's what the next challenge is going to be sort of about, but not necessarily, but yes. So increase your NEAT. Finding the time to be active can be difficult, as we've already discussed. Moving more as part of your daily routine is key to developing an active lifestyle. So just gradually taking smaller, achievable steps to move more by yourself, you're likely to become more active and benefit your health. If you think about how we can add a little bit more physical activity into your life, either at home, outdoors, traveling to work, or at work, and move a little bit more each day, and it doesn't have to be going out running or going to the gym. Now, someone I'd recommend for you to look up if you're interested in all this sort of stuff, is a personal trainer online called Diran Cartel. Look him up on Instagram. He's also on YouTube. He's got a mantra, neat up 24/7. And he's really driving a campaign to push people's non-exercise activity thermogenesis higher. Because I know that a lot of people generally are put off by running or going to the gym, and this is a really great way to increase your total energy expenditure without doing those things. So look him up, Diran Cartel. So my 5 top tips for increasing your NEAT are here. They're also in the booklet, and that is when you're on the mobile phone. If you're at home now, working from home, you bring in on your mobile, or just generally in general, you're at home or at work or wherever you are, and your mobile phone rings. It's not attached to the desk or the wall like it used to be. Pick it up, go for a walk around the office, walk around your house, up and down the stairs. Do whatever you can to get moving while you're on the phone. Your mind will be occupied by the phone call, and you won't even think about walking. By the time you've cut about your house for your 20-minute phone call, you'd have already increased your NEAT. So number 2 then, park in the far corner of car parks and walk to the shops. This doesn't have to be for like just for shopping. This can be for anything where you're going anywhere. You know, park in the far corner of the office car park and walk to the office. Because there's 2 reasons, or 3 reasons really. One, you'll have to go to the shop anyway, so you're already going there, so that's fine. So just park in the far corner. Second reason is there'll be loads of free spaces, and it'll get your NEAT up. So it's a really good way to get your NEAT up without even thinking about it. Park in the far corner, you walk to the shop, you walk back, you've increased your step total again, but before it was because you'd have parked, I guarantee, as close as you could to get to the door. So park in the furthest corner, you're increasing your NEAT. For those of you that are still at work or in offices or anywhere you're going and you're cutting around, walk past the lifts and take the stairs, ignore escalators in shops, all these things that are automated, designed to make you lazy, don't do it. Walk up the stairs. It'll add a couple of minutes maybe or seconds to your journey. At the end of the day, all we've got at the minute is time. So, you know, take the stairs, getting your steps up, getting your NEAT up. If you are traveling to work on public transport, get off the bus, stop early, or the tube and walk to your destination. Even if you're driving to work, park in a street near to your work, half a mile away, say, or a quarter of a mile, wherever it may be, somewhere you can park that's close to work and walk there and walk back. You're still going to work. You might have to leave 10 minutes earlier to get that walk in, but you're going to get to work, you're going to get back, you're going to feel better, you're going to have good fresh air to start your day, and you're going to be getting your NEAT up. So the last one then, if you like coffee like I do, and you spend a lot of time drinking in coffee shops, chatting with your mates, stop drinking and chatting to your mates in coffee shops. Get your coffee to go for a walk with your mate. One, you're outside, it's good for your mental health, it's good to get your NEAT up. Also, you're encouraging your friend to get their NEAT up, so it's good for them too. They're my 5 top tips. So then, the challenge for this week, or for the next 21 days it is, but from this. So it will start tomorrow on the 1st of February. You can join at any time. The challenge is very simple. We'd like each of you to move more than you already are by increasing your personal daily steps by 1,000 steps. So if that's going from 0 to 1,000 or 10,000 to 1,000, we're not worried. We just want to see you step to it. Join the group on Guild that you've already been invited to. I think it's called World Skills Step Challenge or Step to It. And on there's the instructions on how to get involved. It's pretty basic. Download an app which is free called Pacer. Open an account or a profile. Join the World Skills Step to It group, and then join the World Skills Step to It Challenge. It's a 3-step process. It's all explained in the group on Guild. And just want to see you get involved. There's prizes for those that do get involved. So, you know, if you don't, you know, looking for a reason to do it, there's one there. But honestly, it's literally, we're asking you to step a bit more, do a few more steps per day. So thanks for watching this one. Please refer to the booklet, as I said, for more information. It does cover the TEE or the total energy expenditure in the book, a little bit on calories. If you've got any questions about anything I covered, please don't hesitate to contact me through Guild or you can message me through Instagram, email, whatever contact details you've got for me, that's fine. I'm happy for you to contact me. And I can't wait to see you all join in the Step To It challenge. So that's everything from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.